Yes, there you are. It's okay. You can breathe now. That wasn't so bad, see? It's just who you are. Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with Miss Orange Disco Dancer here. Good. The less paranoid option. You can trust them. Just not with Clasia Amandu. Of course, this isn't some punch-out competition. You just want to leave a harmless bruise. Say it. No, he heard you crystal clear. So young. So unbearably young. Uh-oh. You can feel your attention span rapidly deteriorating. This is fine. You can handle a list. In fact, you find the tedium strangely soothing. Your attention detaches. The voices of the young men fade away. It's a cool evening, you notice. Out beyond the dull chatter, you catch the sound of a distant seabird, and of course, the sound of the large stretches of canvas that cover the missing sections of wall. Your eye drifts over the detritus and mismatched furniture. It naturally gravitates toward the pieces of canvas that cover a missing stretch of wall. There's nothing you can do. It's like your lips have been glued together. It's not like you're going to gather any forces soon with all that drinking. And he knows it. Come on. It's so juvenile. Besides, there's no way this man is going to get it. See? He didn't get it. Good job, Jokemeister. No. You can't let them give you the runaround. Get yourself together. It's just police work. No. Stop now. Now walk away. Forget about this. Walk away and do police work. Bury this in yourself and move on. What in the name of God did you just do? Put it down. You can't. Some strange force is keeping the headset glued to your hand. Your ear listening to the ring in the speaker. That's right. You can. Whatever you're doing here, you can just stop it and go on with your life. You need to stop, Harry. You'll die. You need to stop. Harry, you're killing yourself. What are you doing to yourself right now? Fun? You need to stop. Harry, you're killing yourself. Right now, I'm gonna give you one chance. That's right. Walk away. Don't react. Whatever you do, don't react to that last thing. Stop. For the love of God, don't. Listen to him. For once, inspiration can go a long way in physical endeavors. You should try it again now. Quit staring. You're in public. There's plenty of time for that later. In the privacy of your own room. No, this is somewhere to be. This is all you have. But it's still something. Streets and sodium lights, the sky, the world. You're still alive. She's attempting to mentally direct you towards the shelves. She only wants you to buy the goods. She doesn't care about the books. This is a person coming to terms with a new reality. One where they are wrong. It's not easy, as she has to, every day. Whatever you do, don't take away her hope. The only weapon against total absence. Turn away. This is a bad idea. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather. His way to deal with this is, at this point, not to care. Do what you want. Great. After you've done this, you can finally get to the island. Let's wrap this up. Great. You do know that we can just abandon this mission and go to the island. Let's close this case. It's not just rudeness. It really is hard to concentrate on whatever she needs to do. And you're not helping. That's the best she can manage for Andre. It's quite a lot in truth. For her, at least, you know? He may be strange, but you might want to pay attention to what he's saying. If the lieutenant agrees, then maybe, just maybe, you should pay attention. Relax. It'll be okay. Whatever this was, it feels like you made the right choice not to peek into it. Think of it as a salvation. Just finish the case, and you'll probably have somewhere to go. Hopefully, you're a little more moralist now, buddy. A little more normal, even if you didn't want to be. I know you do. These Inter-Isolari pants are like wearing a perfect compromise in your nether regions. No one will call the moral intern on you like this, that's for sure. These are some wonderfully regular pants. Not too tight, Not too loose, moderate in every sense. You'll blend right in at some pleasant dinner party. Let's hope no one saw you wearing those outrageously regular, almost moralist pants. You could have died there. Shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal. Patience. Deep down you have the mental power to keep listening. Not many would, but you do. Keep it together. No need to show your wonder. You're never getting anything useful out of him. It's good enough you found out Everard has a brother called Edgar, and he helped Leo. Stay on this Miss Beaufort topic. Asking too many questions will make you look weak. You should maybe focus on the folder. Needless to say, this is another move. Don't take it. Let's keep focusing on the drug trade. He was almost admitting to it. You pawned it, so you wouldn't shoot yourself in the head. Don't give up, but don't leave either. You're going to have this conversation on your terms. You just need to remain headstrong. It is about time to stop embarrassing yourself. Questions will help you regain some of your lost dignity. Damn, that's a nasty play. He's got you, a titan of volition, in a fork. Guess you just have to sit or leave. You did it. This might help against whatever comes next. No, you're no titan of volition, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave. And you've already lost for so long. A typical power play. Wait for him to speak first. Show him you've got a backbone. He doesn't want to see her. It's as simple as that. Yes, Keith, stick with it. What were you thinking? Keith? You're not starting a boy band here. You're naming a future masterpiece. A step forward for technology. Yes, but only for those who can afford it. Just tell him the truth. Why does no one ever want to tell the truth? This sounded real, not imagined. This sounded real, not imagined. A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. No, hold on. The last thing you need in your life is more hysteric emotions. Forget it. Find something else to do. Whatever she says, it can't hurt you. You're a different person now. Stronger, healthier, and... all right. Maybe not healthier, but it's a bonus that you've drunk so hard you can't remember any of your past relationships. Oblivion's the ace in your corner. This is where you hung up the call the last time, but the recording is still going. And then it hits you. Here come the bad vibes again. Relax. Distance yourself from it. No, you couldn't have. Not a chance. I can't help you. I'm totally useless. Everything I've said is lies. I want the exact same bad things you want. To stand here like a pillar of salt, saying, stop, you're only making it worse for him. You never help with anything. Are you stupid? See? She isn't saying anything. Not you too. But you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Surely the alcohol didn't help either. You are right. Very off. Just let her go. Listen to me for once. More questions. Ask more. And your mind healing too. Weaving itself back into shape. Look at it, detective. And be ashamed. Until you make it right by legally purchasing that raincoat, I'll make sure you feel guilty every time you see it. A wrong has been made right. You may rest easy now. Don't ask. Don't look. Don't do anything here. Just go away. Get back to work. Should we? He's nice. I don't like nice. Your willpower fires up, directing you to speak. No. Your willpower fires up, directing you to speak. No. Don't be ridiculous. It's just a regular person. Probably a worker from the harbor. Don't be an idiot and say it. In this day and age, of all times, it won't end well. No, it won't be fun. It'll be annoying. You'll be annoying. What are you doing? There's no way to salvage this. The centipede is exaggerating. People don't actually cut their own throats when they're shaving. At least, not accidentally, but not too long. This is important to her. She has the courage to ask. Perhaps. It feels good to be the smart cop, doesn't it? That's a good cop to be. Has a nice ring to it. Smart cop. You wouldn't want to be stupid cop, now would you? But still, maybe he's just sucking up to you. You have to see for yourself. These people are not reliable. Free from self-awareness. No deliberation. Only, and I mean only, execution. No. Stop immediately. Stop dancing and apologize. It still feels as if this didn't quite go as it should have. But, besides, you've got a case to solve right now, and you won't get to solve it if you turn yourself into a lab rat. Whatever's wrong with you can wait. Tough stuff. They're not kidding. An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibilities. No person his age would ever use a word like narcomania with a straight face. Don't fall for it with the sort of glee that's meant to imply you've already taken on the case. He's right. All those sweet questions waiting to be answered. You can choose to let them go, though. There will be plenty of questions to ask at another time, or even from other people. He's right. All those sweet questions waiting to be answered. You can choose to let them go, though. There will be plenty of questions to ask at another time, or even from other people. From people on the island. You feel Jermaine Egghead's smile is too enthusiastic. But it'll have to do for now. His playful smile is disarming, but you can withstand its glorious assault if you just put your heart into it. You don't have time for this nonsense. You've got safe, boring things to do. The only doom you've brought about so far is your own. First the investigation, now this. How many more things do you have to fuck up? Yeah, didn't even know they stack shit that sorry. Yes, look at yourself. What do you see? So that's it. You don't even want to change. If that good guy never comes out, what difference does it make? Kind of hard to sing a duet when you're all alone on stage, isn't it, superstar? That can't be healthy. What's happening here? Why do you keep coming back to this window? Why do you keep saying that if it isn't making you feel well? Don't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about that damn window. Well, you shouldn't. You shouldn't come back to this anymore. Stop talking about it, please. But it isn't. And you shouldn't come back to this anymore. This should be the last time. Stop talking about that damn window, please. I don't know about this. Not all of us. It only lets you concentrate because you're in nicotine withdrawal. It only mitigates its own. There are massive downsides. It's a potent neurotoxin. You're turning yourself into a frayed idiot. I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, in another city. She moves fast. I told you she kept on lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, another detective. I told you she kept on lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, another detective. I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, in another city. She moves fast. I told you she kept lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, in another city. I told you she kept on lying to you. She's probably lying to someone else right now, another detective. See? There are plenty of ways to find meaning in life. You don't need booze to feel alive. Throw it away, please. Not for yourself. For the people of Revachol, you've got business to deal with first. Talk to the union boss first, at least. I can't stop you for long, but there's just enough of an excuse now. You're no tiger though, Harry. You're a man. It's your curse to have to choose. You're no tiger though, detective. You're a man. It's your curse to have to choose. Your secrets are unknown, even unto you. So does that make you a rich man or a beggar? The damage is truly extraordinary. It's a miracle you don't shit yourself. Really? You sure it isn't a certain red-haired little gremlin who refers to himself in the third person? Are you serious? You sure you don't want to hazard a guess here, detective? Ding, ding, ding. We have a winner. The very thought of this tea causes your muscles to relax and your mind to clear. You're more present and in control than you were a moment ago. Professionalism is his coping mechanism. Don't get emotional. His trust is well placed. You aren't. You can feel it. The lieutenant assumes you're playing by the rules as written. But what's the point of playing if you can't make your own choices? The lieutenant's reverse psychology forbedi doesn't work on you. If you want to look like a mega-secret midlife crisis, that's your choice. Do as she says. There's no other option. Just let it all out. This might be your last chance. This is it. There's no turning back. No more pussyfooting about. You have to choose. Once and for all. You didn't have to do that, you know. There were other options. The last time you saw the lieutenant this upset was after that thing you said in the church. Uh-oh. You've never seen the lieutenant this wound up before. You could stay a while longer if you wanted. There's really no point. You're beginning to feel like the little child who refuses to come down off the carousel. Not a good track record of mental health in that family. Don't be distracted by the flattery and funny man act. Questions. Or you could not make this about corruption and go with something even wilder. Lieutenant Kitsuragi is a brave man for saying Madre's name without the winces and whispers that usually accompany it. Something in her is pulling towards some unknown rest state. She twitches, like a sleep kick. Remember, you're doing it for the bigger investigation. This is important. Relax. Ask. This guy has amazing willpower. Honestly, he's the only one of that intellectual bunch I trust. He means it. This is the end of him talking to you. He cleans his hands of it. It's too much. No, you shouldn't. You're an officer of the law. No, her first. They have to. It's not your place to live their lives. They have to. It's not your place to live their lives. Keeping the habit within the parameters he's given himself takes a lot of focus. It would be easier to simply quit. You hear that? He thinks you're this close. Like hell you would have, remember? The lieutenant seems oddly sure he is not compromised. Not psychologically, at least. Is it hubris? That's right. You should do it again. It's the last thing he'll be expecting. No. You should do it again. It's the last thing he'll be expecting. It's like he reconditioned your brain. The urge is strong, but you are stronger. This hurts. It should. Apologize and try to make it right. The road to healing is going to be a long one. Stay the course. You will make it someday. Don't. He was clearly uncomfortable discussing it before. He still is. You have nothing to gain from pushing his buttons. Accept it. The body is an object, and objects break down. Do what good you can with yours, before the rest goes too. What? I thought you had your shit together. This is nearing a complete meltdown. Stop it. You really need to get your shit together. This is nearing a complete meltdown. Ouch. That's like 20 points of pride damage right there, buddy. Don't be paranoid. She's obviously talking about someone else, not you. Relax. You'll find them sooner or later. This will just take some time. Are you sure, Lieutenant? For some reason, you have a little doubt about that. I wouldn't be so sure, Detective. No one in the history of convictions has been more sure of anything. Seriously, just move on. Don't focus on the pain. Focus on doing your job. Tell her she's under arrest. A dull despair is creeping into her voice. Don't let her scare you. She probably just made that name up on the spot. So she knows your name. That doesn't mean you're on the take. Criminals make up bogeyman stories about cops all the time. Get a hold of yourself. He needs your support now too. Clarcia knew exactly what she was doing. You can't remain calm under pressure otherwise. Keep calm. Go over the whole situation in detail. Someone's been a very busy boy. Good on you. Relax. This was still good. True. You ought not love ruins and hell, and the fading scent of apricots. There really is no use arguing with him. This is him exerting the reserves of authority he usually withholds. You can't even try to resist. All you can do is, there really is no use arguing with him. This is him exerting the reserves of authority he usually withholds. Despair creeps into you, getting fat on your weakness. Whatever noble intentions you once had as a police officer, it's eating them all up now. Nothing you can say would make you feel any better now. Doesn't look like he has a nervous breakdown every 2 seconds. He wasn't even using soap. Incredible. An enormous expenditure of willpower to build up strategic semen reserves. You had me at willpower. Let's do it. The words are spoken with an unyielding conviction. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer. You are a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go. You're trying hard, but the data here is unbelievably dry. Something about containers. You hear that? He thinks you're very close. With Kim here too. That just sounded really, really bad. Not so sure about this. Because it's an anti-radiation drug and you're a cop, not a post-apocalyptic scavenger. Don't panic. I'm sure he's just doing his shoelaces up. Something like that. He's really not. Just take it off him. This sounds off. You shouldn't trust this guy. But that would mean he doesn't say every pathetic thing that pops in his head. A cool, damp feeling ripples through you. You realize you needn't have rolled over quite so easily. Yes, all ears. That's how she operates. You're being handled. Don't stand for it. I am sorry. It just doesn't come out of your mouth. What does is what you meant to say was, voila, you're doing it. She cannot let you leave without having her say. She tries to hide it, but some great doubt is spreading within her. There is a crown slowly cracking above her head. You can't say, only that she's hiding the magnitude of it from you. She's not even asking you anything. It's so easy to just say, executive function is completely shot. I keep pushing buttons and nothing is happening. Don't fall for it. It's a ploy to get you talking. The honey-mouthed syllables, the smiling, the conspiratorial jokes, all of it. You could use a little of it yourself. Wait. This reality thing is the only game in town. It's probably in your interest not to blow it. She won't maneuver her way out of this one. Good idea. Just ask him. He won't make a scene. Yeah. You still can't get over the fear that something bad might happen. He expressly said you've had enough excitement for today. Is what you want to do. But should you? He expressly stated you shouldn't hear about it. What if it renders you mad? Or catatonic? Or makes you lose your memory again? See? What can he do? You're a grown man. Stop. There's no need for this. It's in your power to change the subject. Excuse me? I'm not sure I heard that properly. It's time to leave it be. You're about to make a child cry. Are you proud of yourself? This is your tiny chance for redemption. Apologize. You're not really an automaton. You do know that. You clearly have issues you need to address. This radio station is even worse than Kuno. It feels like someone defecating right into your ear. This must be the most annoying thing you've ever heard. It feels like someone defecating right into your ear. Just wait. Relax. You told him to do that stupid thing. Just leave it alone. He clearly doesn't want to share this with you. Let's cool Mr. Fight or Flight down before he kills someone. He gets overstimulated. But seriously, enough with the petanque already. Whoa, easy there, Goldmouth. He doesn't have to say anything. Re-engage cop mode and bail out, if you like. No, not a disaster. Weave this into the story of you. Walk out of its ruins. Save those who still can be saved. I'm on your side. Don't go into shock. Hold on. He can't go. Not before the case is solved. You know what you meant. But taking this kind of scolding does not feel good. He would sooner die than let it surface, willed back into the darkest unexplored depths of his mind. Never meant to be shared, seen, or confronted. Extremely rigid principles this old soldier has. Don't leave room for a change of heart or backing out. The medal is yours. No one and nothing can change this man's mind. He is as rigid as they come, still in that antique uniform. It's a symbol for him. Hang on to the story. Veterans get sentimental after such retellings. This might yield something useful. He wants to argue, disagree, but feels he's got no right, being at the mercy of Mr. Clear. There is not a shadow of doubt in his mind that this is the truth. She tries to maintain a brave front, even though her eyes reveal the opposite. Notice how this hasn't come up at all. Even Hardy and his boys didn't mention it. Neither did you. No, that wasn't sensationalist at all. That is a perfectly valid reason for someone to kill someone. Man, really? You're like, just the most compromised of them all. Man, maybe you should just fire this one. It's completely useless. Yeah, the route was pretty solid. Good work there. Still, true. Strange how you conducted the whole advanced ballistics analysis and then hand-waved it. Notice how it came together without casting too much suspicion on Classier. It was nice and Ruby-centric in the end. That's right. Finish thought. Just finish it and conveniently go on. She's watching you leave right now, you know that. Free as a bird on that roof, lighting up a cigarette and thinking, am I glad Ruby's in this shit and not me? Absolutely. It could have come from anywhere, but you're suddenly so certain it came from the roof behind the window. Good point. It is rather rare these days, but do continue. No, they didn't. You think you have a pretty hot suspect right now, don't you? That Ruby of yours? Anything strike you a bit off about this mishmash? He is a brave man. Why is he unraveling? How is this brave man unraveling? 4 simple words, thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. Thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. My God, maybe you are. No, it can't be. You're not insane. He is a brave man. Why is he unraveling? Thank God. If he can see, then you're not insane. Thank God. If he can see, then maybe you're not insane. Get over it. Proceed. Get a hold of yourself. This is just one little thing. You still have everything else. Go on. Finish the interrogation. Now. Ease off it. This was not an unmitigated disaster. The lieutenant mitigated it. Just proceed. Calmly. He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure. Ask about that cock on parade too. Make sure you get everything here. So he saw you. Okay. So what? Don't let it divert you, like a marionette on some invisible string. Not now. Stop yourself. Not now. Don't melt down now. You're so close. Rewind this back to the previous thought and just say that. Be very, very precise now. Don't make a splash. You can still mess it up. Not now. Stop yourself. It's as if something put the thought there to leave the flowers. This man has seen past her like you did. He subdues the feeling, dusts himself off and moves on. So should you. There will be other chances. Subdue the regret. Dust yourself off. Proceed. You'll get it in the next life, where you don't make mistakes. Do what you can with this one while you're alive. In honor of your will, Lieutenant Euphrater, that you kept from falling apart in the face of sheer terror, day after day, second by second. In honor of your shit, Lieutenant Gefreiteur, which you kept together in the face of total unrelenting terror, day after day, second by second. He's right. Dust yourself off and move on. There will be other chances. But he can now. He just couldn't. Harry, I know there's not much to say, but if nothing else, just remember that you've made it this far, and it's just a bit farther now. Let's finish this. As usual, he does not respond to the political agitation. No, we're not starting with that. Not now. Not this time. This thought is over. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry. Something about his notion gives you strength. Makes you realize this isn't the end of the road yet. No. Just nope. Say no to this, Harry. Why the doom and gloom? It's just a sunken motor carriage. Some motor carriages are bound to end up in the sea. Perhaps. Just a thought. This has something to do with the hangover. What benevolence? What is this? You're not ready to die. This is garbage. There's one. You should build communism. Precisely because it's impossible. Ignore her. She's not the main threat yet. Easy. Easy now. Easy. Easy now. Easy. Easy now. She's gone. Forget about it now. Concentrate on this. Shut up. Let him think. Too much is on the line. He's not going to fuck it up because of you. I won't let you. You need to face up to it. Go to the sea. Inspect the machine. What you truly want to know is, can you really trust your entire fortune to a drunk who lost his house keys while out for a jog? He doesn't exactly come across as responsible. Are you sure you can trust him with your entire fortune? And then he lost it all by going for a jog. Not exactly inspiring. He isn't working on it. He'll never stop drinking. Be professional. He probably doesn't even know what happened to you, why the strike is over. Is he reading a book about his life so far to figure out which reality he's in? You have to stay. This is a shame and a disappointment. Good on you. I know you were tempted to shout, fuck, but you controlled your impulse. Well done. Guess you held your ground. It can be good being honest with yourself. Was it good to lie to a child? Maybe it doesn't matter. It's not your responsibility. You can't abandon swearing for a simple reason. You're just a man who swears because it's just not you. I'm sorry. Yes, there you are. Please, don't make this more difficult for yourself. It's okay to swear. It can be healthy even. She would like to complain. She would like that very much. But she can't, and she won't. Though, has gotten her this far, and she's not giving it up. Was that acceptance? It feels so normal. Nourishing even. No, there was a giant insect, and they have to understand that. You will find proof. Don't give up. No, there was a giant insect, and they have to understand that. You will find proof. Don't give up. Stop taking this abuse. You solved the case. It will pass. In time, the sheer willpower in him must be making some dent in their incredulity. Some part of them must be thinking, chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here. No, you can stop. Just wade through the hell. Month after month, year after year. You against the nothingness. It's possible. Because time is possible. We're looking at a real brick here. The sooner you start, the better. I told you it's not that bad. 6 years and you haven't gotten over it. What the hell is wrong with you? Harry, we're just going to store this one as a sellable item, okay? We're not going to let you kill yourself by drinking it. That's just not an option. Sell it at the pawn shop for profit. You did call him a monkey fucker. That had something to do with it. Absolutely not. Should he? This environment encourages one thing, and one thing only. Drinking. Hell yeah. If it were true, those organisms would not be working in unison. It's, in a way, admirable how quickly he composes himself after such a blow. This man digs authority, even when it's bullying him. For all his passion, this man is diligent and patient. You could learn things from him. He's dead set on this. Something is secretly gnawing at her confidence. It's not this Kuno kid or the missing locusts. It's something else. No, you can't let them give you the runaround. You couldn't stop if you wanted to. It's neurological. Maybe it will make you temptation-proof. So something good will come out of this at least. Does this thing unmake you? Or does it heal you? You can take it. You're a champion. All right, come on now. If he hasn't said anything about your lack of pants, no one will. You're only hurting yourself by not wearing them. All right, come on now. If he hasn't said anything about your lack of pants, no one will. You're only hurting yourself by not wearing them. The lieutenant thinks you're some unaccountable wreck who needs constant supervision. But you don't have to listen to him. You're free to disobey. Oh, so you're an unaccountable wreck who has to be supervised. You don't have to take this display of authority. You can disobey. Whatever their reasoning, there's nothing written that says you have to prove them right. He's right. There are no airtight theories, just paranoia. You've given it some thought. Now let it go. The eyebrow is exercising psionic control over you, or he'll be disappointed in you. Something in him breaks. 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 You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you feel like a rag. It's painful for you to even ask these questions. She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good. You would do well to follow her example. Smoking is the reason you feel like a rag. It's painful for you to even ask these questions. She means this sincerely. Worrying won't do you any good. Very strange. Why is she not letting you do this? It's like she's given up. He's hiding. These things are tough on him. Matters of love, not violence or deceit. No one can stop you from finding the phasmid. Doing some good will alleviate the hangover. At least you're of use to someone. You're not 100% clear what you did here was right. But to hell with it. Are you positive that what you're doing here is proper police conduct? You can still leave and do nothing. They'll keep blocking this. Return to this subject later, when they've dropped their guard. There's something there. A germ of determination. He knows he has no choice, but to rise to the occasion. Move on. There's no catching her this time around. He has lost the will to live. It takes a lot of willpower not to ask. Obviously, he's been wanting to know what's behind the door. Wow. She really isn't his taste. Her spell hasn't spread here. You wait and see, cafeteria manager. That doesn't seem fair. You demonstrated some serious skills there, slipping away Sambo style. He's used to this sort of thing. I don't like this. There doesn't seem to be another way. No, don't listen to him. It's madness. Just talk. Oh no. He's definitely compromised too. It's his hubris. Sadly, not much to do about it now. There is no rally, come on. Just ask questions. You need to put this race rally garbage in the rearview mirror. Yes, you. Stop talking out loud. You sound like you're unraveling. No, give it to Lieutenant Kitsuragi. It's not too late. You can still spin this as some kind of tactic. I'm afraid it's not what you think it is either. Despite the stonewalling, you can slip one more question in. There's nothing you can do for now. He's stonewalling you. Just because you can doesn't mean you have to say everything that comes to mind. Back out before the situation escalates. You're tasting another human being. You shouldn't. He's not backing up from this. Standing up here is merely a practice run without paying him first. Wow, you've been very thorough. There's nothing else to add. Just crack that Classier's defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. You could crack that Classier's defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. You could crack Classier's last defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. Wow, you've been very thorough. There's nothing else to add. Just crack that Classier's defenses. Maybe she'll tell you something helpful. You're not an idiot. Don't say that. This is a really big mess, and being a detective is hard. Blissful idiot. Say something. You stood there for too long. Your mouth is open. Close it. It's really, really going to help if you do. It was me. I made you sound weak, and I shouldn't have. But this guy, Goldmouth, he's way in over his head. Be careful with his so-called advice. Pussy boy? What the hell is going on here? That doesn't sound trustworthy at all. Steel yourself. Push on. Just ignore Theo. He's calm now. Threw all that turmoil away and became himself again. There's only one way through this. You're going to have to apologize. Fortunately, saying sorry is practically second nature for you. You will not lose out on anything good by not saying it. It's in there. She's just stonewalling. Yes, you do have something better to do. Stop drooling over that stupid rum stain and go before it's too late. Stop. Super. Tip-top. This went pretty well, all things considered. Any plan to call him Pinball or Kimball is immediately wiped from your neocortex, as if with some sort of mind-altering device. It is simply not going to happen. Go, relax. The kid is just messing with you. You didn't actually get thousands of people killed. This is a 12-year-old kid. You can't seriously be considering taking him along. What's going to happen to him? Thank God. Okay, he's alive. It's the fault of those who killed him, not you. Who would have thought? Perhaps you should have arrested her. Of course she's really gone. What did you think? You can walk. If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone. You're a psycho-locomotor. Some of them are. Some of them are nice. Others are scared. Come now. Humans have earned your trust. And you theirs. You can do it. It's nothing. Do it for the city. Go. They're right. This is their function. To keep you from it. If it's possible, then by pure willpower alone, you are going to have to become a psycho-locomotor. Stop this line of thought now. You're too broken for ghosts. That's right. Who would have figured? See? There's that. You can do ballistics. You don't have to. No one is forcing you to be a cop. Don't. Everyone is a whore. What does that even mean? Breathe in and walk away. Relax. Not everyone is out to trap you. You feel uncertain, like a child who's lost his mother in the crowd. Or you could not do that. No one is making you. No one. Don't ask about her. You fool. Ultramarathon here meant Revachol. Our streets and all that. It's all there is. Just move on and answer the question. Swift, decisive action. You got up from this floor because of a holy vow you made 16 years ago. With me. To wake up exactly 7:30 every morning until the day you die. You're too weak to say no now. Waking up is the worst part. Maybe somewhere down the line you could decline. Don't do that. Stay strong. The hangover will wear off. You don't need to keep doing this to yourself. It's not something he's proud of, but that's the way it is. The amount of focus it takes to predict when a ball goat is in striking range is staggering, but it can be done. Focus. I can't restrain this one. The need to cop is too strong. You just need to ask it. There is something suspicious about that theory, but you can't put your finger on it. Or maybe you should take her to the station for safekeeping. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. Multiface, I'm beginning to doubt your judgment. Are you sure you're not sleeping on the post? You have to wake this one up, with force, if you want to continue pushing her. You're not done. She's a flight risk, and she lied to you. Wake up, man. You're not done. She lied to you, and she's a flight risk. Wake up, man. This guy won't budge. You have to wake Multiface up, forcefully, if you want to continue pushing her. It looks like this one's not waking up. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. at least for now. This one's still not budging. You'll have to do it without pushing her further. It's ominous. You buying into her theory and running with it. Be careful with this logic guy. Okay, and what? What are you doing? It is ominous. You already coming up with theories that put the blame on someone other than Clausia. You know how. Now you guys suddenly have theories pouring out, when they're obviously just stabs in the dark. No, it's not good. It's the opposite of that. This will let her dictate the terms of your... Look who's waking up from 1,000 years of sleep. Is it? Something is off here. Or should we arrest her? She's a flight risk and she lied to you. She should be taken into custody. You've been breached, Bulwark. You've been breached like 1,000 times now. Get a hold of yourself just once, will you? Try to look past the sexually lax morals and do some police work. Take it easy. Don't overcompensate with this course correction. Ask questions first. This bastion of willpower here, his watchmen have been sleeping too. You can be absolutely certain now. But he's coming around. It also has startlingly little to do with arresting her, you suddenly realize. Yet again, you're coming up with this. The worst thing is, it may be true. Her. Stop letting her distract you. Something tells you, you will. Oh God, that was a lie too. Who made the call then? That's it. I'm calling it. Kim is beyond compromised. Come on. She lied through her teeth, and you know it. Maybe, maybe not. Mercy is rarely a complete mistake. This was her last card. There is nothing more she can say. The final decision is yours. You alone stand on the throne of your mind. Here we go. For once, you seem to have her off guard. Nothing to do with her. You'll be the judge of that. Feels like success. There is suddenly a strange glint in her eyes. Not malicious, but dangerous. Soft, light brown eyes look back at you, directly into the space behind your eye sockets. You see the smoke rise from between her painted red lips. She's beautiful. She looks back. Time moves slowly. The triangles of her face rearranging into a weary smile. Just like the last time. Light brown eyes look back at you. All is as it was. You feel cigarette fume rise from her lips. She's just as beautiful. You know these guys? I have bad news for you. You too. You too. You too. You too. You too. These guys are compromised. She's got them singing along to her tune. The little bleeps and bloops you trust for info, you can't trust them anymore. Believe it. I'm sorry I didn't catch it sooner. It takes conscious effort on your part. Especially that guy. That guy's the most compromised one in here. There's no way of knowing. At the moment, I'm afraid it's best to assume. Really? Quick. Tell me what's under her jumpsuit. How it always does. Through subtlety. All of them. I think it's safe to assume, yes, Mr. Thespian here hasn't been speaking up. If he were, I suspect there would be paeans to her truthfulness. Like this, yes, Mr. Thespian here has been singing paeans to how truthful she is. You can't draw a sound conclusion. The one he usually does says. For a second, her face disappears from your cornea. Only a silvery negative remains. No, it's better to know you're being played than to be played without knowing it, is it not? In his defense, to reduce him to such inadequacy, she probably had to employ half-truths more often than outright lies. A little. They're all still of limited use, interpreting things to the best of their ability. Maybe they add flair or something. I wouldn't know. I don't add flair. But when it comes to assessments of character and factual accuracy, they are not to be trusted. Not with her. Don't be melodramatic. You can trust them. Just not with her. Good. The less paranoid option. You can trust them. Just not with her. No? He's not going to show up? I'm sorry. Your lie detection isn't working. It's not her doing. He's just totally inept. It looks like you're also an idiot. But that's not her fault. See? It's oddly moderate. Probably compromised, huh? No, Mr. Conclusion. You're always kind of limited in your analytical abilities. That's not her fault. But still, I take it back. He's got it pretty bad. But this next guy's on another level entirely. There's nothing you can do about it. You are how you are, and she is how she is. Things will go as they do. You should be wary of what this guy likes. He's easily duped by his love of jigsaw puzzles. Don't worry. It's only been 4 or 5 seconds. You've got this. You can trust Pillar Bookhead, by the way. As far as I can tell, he's not singing to her tune. The only one besides me. This feels so just. Like there is righteousness in the world. Just have her answer the question. Don't give explanations. There. She momentarily lost control over straight back guy. It appears that she feels guilty. See? There's something off here. This one must know she's deploying flares and countermeasures. No, it doesn't check out. Can't you see she's clearly avoiding something here? You could blame her, a little. It was a pretty straightforward question that she refused to answer. Technically not. Come on, man. Listen. You can't trust them. It's just you and me. You can trust Pillar Bookhead, by the way. As far as I can tell, he's not singing to her tune. The only one besides me. Oh, come on. You know better than that. This is one of her maneuvers. The others are fast asleep, as always. It's hard to say what the truth is. Look who's finally awake. It appears this one has not been entirely corrupted. This may help. This may help the others see you were just being a good cop. Perseverance and success feels so good. Feels inspiring. Paranoid whisperings. He is not trying to humiliate you. He just doesn't know better. He did not win. There is a crack in there now, and it's spreading across the face of his certainty. Don't listen. Just go. Calm down. Anyone watching can see you're doing nothing. Just keep it professional. Here's an idea. Don't think about shutting this 12-year-old down. Stop asking him questions. Just walk away and cool off. Get a hold of yourself. At least the previous horror is over. At least they're no longer. You lost. Now walk away with what remains of your dignity. Stop thinking this idiotic thought now and say something normal instead. Good idea. It's totally okay for a man your age to wear pants like that. And you're not fat. He hasn't been in your room. Relax. Isn't it strange to have your assumptions confirmed like this? This is what someone whispering suggestions in your ear would like you to feel. Isn't it strange when all your assumptions are confirmed like this? Stood in a semicircle, hung him, carried him over, like you're supposed to be feeling clever and content. That's not going to happen. I'm not letting him make it into one of his tasks. Know your limits, Thai creature. I have no idea what's going on here, but you should not do anything that the horrific necktie tells you to do. Don't overdo it. It's okay to be unsure. You're being handled. If you resist now, he will turn on his heavy-duty authority mode. You will get your chance to dig in later. Concentrate on the belt, not on who is whose pig. There is no pig. There are only the chain cutters and the belt. This wasn't necessary. What's going on here? Why are you doing that? Maybe you are a moderately competent detective. Being Kuno's pig has a steadying effect on your hand. Go with the flow, man. You are being weak. This is weakness, and it cannot go on much longer. Or you will lose. You heard the coach. This is weakness. It cannot go on much longer. Or you will lose. He was. Why else would he call it a very good point? Does this mean you're a very good detective? Possibly. Ignore. Say no more. This is about the corpse and inspecting it. The spell has no effect. You stand eye to eye with it. The odor washing through you. Relax. It's okay if you don't make it today. The bloated corpse isn't going anywhere. As you wait, your breathing slows down. Some mosquito-like organism buzzes in your peripheral. Are you? Because it sort of feels like you are. Please don't cry.